Good day, guys. So I'm the most civilized savage, and we're gonna talk about June, July, and I guess we're in August now, right? And just little tidbits of my life while we're going through all this shenanigans and whatnot, right? And I try not to do stupid things, but man, sometimes people just tempt me to do stupid things. And I like doing stupid things. When people say, you would never, you got the wrong guy, because I would probably, depending on the situation. Right? And that's unfortunately the bottom line is when it comes to stupid things and doing it or not doing it, challenge accepted, motherfucker. Right? Anyways, so at the beginning of June, my wife came in one night talking about how Cheyenne, Wyoming's police department said pay $160 or we're going to revoke your license. My wife had already lost my social somewhere, so I didn't have that, and all I had for ID is my license. I don't have my birth certificate. I don't have my cedula born abroad. I don't have my citizen born abroad. I don't have my cedula. I don't have my passport. And so that ID was my only form of identification that I had. And they said they were going to revoke it. And I need a driver's license to go to work. I'm a workaholic. I do work for a living. Right? Or at least I try to. I was laid off at that time, so I was stressing about layoffs and about how long I was going to be laid off and unemployment and stuff like that. And so she woke me up at like 8:15 at night. I was just napping, trying to not deal with anything, and she says, "Hey, they're going to revoke your license." And blah de blah blah. So I got up like I do, and I'm like, okay, I'm on my way to go solve this. Because you were put in charge of contacting these people for 2 months. You had all the authority in your power to contact these people and tell them, hey, you need to get rid of this. Because it was her fault I didn't stop at Cheyenne, Wyoming on my way back from Wichita during my Easter trip. Right? She said I should just come home and not bother with them. Well, then she said, oh, we'll just pay $160 off my fucking food, off my fucking table, off my everything I work for. Right? And so, while I'm getting ready, she steals the gun from me, right, that was in my office. She calls the cops and takes the kids to somewhere, right? She's gone for a couple hours, comes back with 3 cops to grab some shit out the house. Like, I wouldn't have let her grab some shit out the house for some reason. She's only my wife, or she was, or she is still technically, right? I had to make sure I wasn't going to kill a cop that day because guess what? There's 3 of them with guns. Wow. I only got a fucking K-bar on me, so I could only get 1 of them, probably. Right? And their vest doesn't protect their neck, so fuck them. Their vest also doesn't protect them from a lobotomy, so there's also that. And so I had to sit there and watch as she took away my kids at threat of death. Right? Threat of violence. Because she called the cops first. And whatever, I guess. She's already called the cops on me before and apologized for doing that one. But this time she didn't apologize till like a week later. And she thought everything was going to be just hunky-dory when she got back. Right? It's not like she thought she could go on a 2-month vacation on my fucking dime to see all of her family And some of her family she hadn't seen in 10 years. In over 10 years, she's had more vacations with my family to go to weddings and all sorts of bullshit. Even her brother's wedding she got to go to. And that motherfucker molested her as a kid. So I didn't want to send her to that fucking wedding. Not on my fucking dime. Not after the last time I went to go see those people. They got robbed in Chicago, who would have guessed? And they blamed it on me. They can go fuck themselves. But, yeah, she was on vacation seeing her worthless mom and her worthless family. And then by, July, I was not talking to my kids. I couldn't talk to them. I was trying to kill myself on the daily. I was drinking, I don't know, a couple pints of Everclear a week. And I just didn't have a reason to fucking live. I downed a thing of fucking Excedrin one night. Excedrin and Everclear go real well. I ripped up my stomach. I had ulcers. I couldn't even speak by the end of it because of all the Everclear I drank. It just burned up my throat and my vocal cords and all that. That's why I can speak now, a couple months later. Well, we're in August now, so a month later. Right? I had tried to function as a productive member of society, but it's hard when you have everything of value stripped from you in that way. And so I then called for 911 for help because, I don't know, I thought they helped people, but I guess they don't. If you say, hey, you're suicidal, no, they lock you up in a mental ward in the fucking hospital for a couple days. Make you feel like an animal. Like a fucking animal at the zoo, which was really bad. Yeah, that made me want to live so much better. They locked me up for 3 days. Made me just want to fucking kill myself. They drugged me up on some fucking sort of antipsychotic drug, which, yeah, that fucking helped me so fucking much, putting me on antipsychotics. When I have real life issues. My family, my kids were stolen from me. Every cent of my dollar was going to a worthless cunt's fucking family vacation so she could have everything in her fucking life. And I just don't get it. So I spent 2 weeks trying to kill myself. And that was just so much fucking fun. On the 4th of July, which is one of my dog's birthdays, I spent that day downing half a thing of Excedrin with some Everclear. So there's still Everclear involved, right? And I spent the next couple days recovering and fucking throwing up my guts and fucking everything else. I had barely eaten the month prior, except for maybe once a day if I was lucky. Once every couple days. And I had 2 full fridges and a deep freeze full of just groceries that we had stockpiled over a time and period of a year that we lived there. Some of it came from our previous home if it was in the deep freeze. We had a garage that was stocked full of rice and everything else, and I still couldn't just eat. Because my family was taken from me. My little girl and my little boy were taken from me by threat of death. And I was just supposed to be hunky fucking dory over it. You got me fucked up. So when I called these people and they locked me up for 3 days and drugged me up for 3 days and they said, okay, now you're allowed to leave, I left. Not only did I leave, I left state. I left everything that I had been building up that year and a half prior, or a year prior, since we got that house in May. I left the house, I left all my electronics and everything that I owned besides a couple of tools for work. I left all the people there. I left my dogs to be taken care of by one of my friends, and he apparently couldn't do it. So my dogs got rehomed by some worthless cunt that doesn't know a goddamn thing. And I'm just supposed to be happy with it? Fuck. Can someone shoot me yet? Anyways, I left. And when I did that, I drove about 1,600 miles in less than 24 hours. I didn't stop, except for gas and a couple snacks. Right? I went 500 in debt on my bank account because, well, my wife, ex-wife, whatever you want to call her, was spending all of the money on her little vacation trip. So I didn't have money. I was just suffering, and I just wanted to die. And so I went to one of the only people that I know that trust me and I like house, and he helped me get a job for a couple days, and he fed and washed me and or let me shower and stuff, and I got like a $30 donation just to get soap and laundry or like hygiene stuff, like a toothbrush and toothpaste and body wash and shampoo and stuff. I got donated $30 for that, and that's what I did with it. So I could apply for a job and not look like a fucking dirtbag. But a couple days later, I stayed in a hotel for a night because a friend offered a hotel for a night. And guess what? The next day when I came back, I didn't know it was only for one night. I thought it was for a couple. Right? The next day when I went back, my key didn't work, but I still went in there and showered real quick, and I came back out. I didn't know my key didn't work. I came back out, and the door was open for some reason, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just go in. It was open when I got there the first day since my friend paid for the place. So I still thought it was okay. And so when I left, I came back, and I showered and cleaned up after a hard day of work, working for a construction place, painting the outside of a place, and doing some other odds and ends on the inside of the place. And I went to the front desk and I was like, hey, I have clothes in there. I have all my hygiene stuff in there. Can I please get back in there to grab it all? And he was like, nah. Why were you even in there? I'm like, I thought that was my room still. I'm sorry. I thought that was my room. Nope. Wasn't having it. So, fuck me, I guess. He probably still has my clothes and hygiene stuff. Or he threw them away. And so, the next day, my one friend took me back in for a day, and I got clocked in the jaw by him, and that was fine. He couldn't knock me out, though, and that's fine, too. I'm glad I didn't get knocked out, go to sleep. Because he's a really good friend, and I would have disappointed him if I had gotten knocked out. Or that's how I feel. And he put me in the hospital for a week because I needed to evaluate my life a little bit. It was prison for the most part, but when I got there, I started explaining to these people what had been going on in my life, and they just wanted to keep me there and push Jesus down my throat so far that I wanted to kill myself on some Jesus shit. Jesus Christ, I'm pretty much a Jew, not a fucking Christian. I'd rather read the Exodus than the fucking, I don't know, Revelations. Right? But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to fucking anyone. And they only gave out New Testaments. They couldn't find an Old Testament in that whole fucking hospital. But they'll give you a free New Testament every day of the fucking week if you lose your old one. Right? Or your old New Testament. Because they had a fucking stack of them. Meek people, too. And you go into their little groups, and it's fucking a bunch of fucking pastors that haven't probably read the Bible in a while. They just preach the Bible. Well, at least the New Testament. And I'm just like, why am I doing all this? Why am I taking these drugs for them? Why am I doing any of this? I'd rather down the fucking bottle of fucking drugs than fucking deal with this shit. but I wasn't allowed the bottle of drugs. But anyways, a week later I got out. So now I'm at 10 days in the hospital out of these 2 months. And the next day I get a little change to fucking put $30 of gas in my car and get me a breakfast. So I did that, and I went to my brother's house to stay a day, and I got a little bit more money, and I was going to go home and see what I could do there, or that place that I used to call home before everything got taken from me. And I started driving that way, and I turned around and came back and was like, hey, can I just stay here a while longer? And my brother said, yeah, you can stay a while longer. And so I did. And that was a good choice. I'm still there today, a couple days later. I had a job interview yesterday, and I got that job. I start Friday. I have a job interview today. If it pays more, I might start that job soon. Or if I can work out the hours properly, I might do them both. Because, yeah. Why wouldn't you? And so, while I was doing that, I've been trying to just put my thoughts together and do what's right. And I don't even know why I'm doing any of this anymore. I don't see the purpose of life anymore. I can't down the bottle of pills because I'm staying at my brother's house and he has kids. It'd be horrible if any of those people walked up on me dead. I'd have to go to the park next to the homeless people to fucking do it right, and that's shitty. Going to the park and killing yourself next to homeless people. Right? At least I'll look good. But there will still be shit in my pants because I died. Right? Oh well. Oh well. I've been eating like I hadn't eaten in 2 months. Oh wait, I really hadn't eaten in 2 months. I've been working out. I've been doing a lot of things, and I don't know why. And I apparently am supposed to get served papers that say I can't talk to my kids and can't talk to Ashley, who's my ex-wife, whatever you want to call her. But fucking, I haven't been served the papers yet, so you can't just take away my rights yet. But she's acting like my rights are already gone. I can't talk to my kids. I can't do anything. I can't, because she's already taken away those rights. She's already scalped me and taken everything from me besides my person, and I'm just supposed to be hunky-dory with it. Man, would I rather be dead. And if she wants child support, I am going to go kill myself. Fuck her. Jesus Christ. I know exactly where to put the fucking knife. Right in the fucking heart. Jesus fucking Christ. But besides all that, I'm just so sick and tired of living because of all that's happened. I had a friend sell a lot of my stuff just so I could have some money. And she took my supercomputer, even though she's wearing a $3,000 wedding ring and my computer only cost $1,600. Though if you take it apart properly and you sell it properly, you can make about $3,000 off of it. But she has her $3,000 item, which is the wedding ring. She can go and take that back to Kay's or whatever the fuck she wants to do. It's not my job to do that. I wanted to grab just a couple things. My computer, one of my swords, my dictionary, my encyclopedia, and my writings. That's all I really fucking wanted out of this whole entire divorce. And I can't even get my handful of things, because she's already taken a couple of them. Maybe my Xbox, she took that too. Even though she doesn't fucking play it. I'm the one that convinced her to play the 2 games that she fucking plays on it. I don't know. I haven't even seen my kids in 2 months. I haven't talked to them. I haven't been able to hug them. And it hurts. Anyways, I'll tell you some good stories though. So in the mall in Wichita, okay, so when I was in Wichita, I didn't lock my car doors or nothing, and I kept all my windows open. I did everything, and not a single motherfucker went into my car and stole a goddamn thing. Why? Because I was gonna gut them if they had. So nobody fucked with my shit. I got pulled over twice in like 2 days. And the cop, after talking to them about my situation, they let me go and just asked that I be a little bit more nice on the road. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll try. I'm going through a lot, but from the conversation, they knew I was going through a lot. And they asked me to be nice. And I was like, yeah, I'll try not to kill myself. I really will. Sorry I wasted your time. Are you going to shoot me? That would help me out quite a bit. But they wouldn't. And when I was leaving Topeka on my way back to my brother's house, instead of going home or to my old house, I got pulled over, and that guy was even like, yeah, just go home, make it all right, you'll be fine. So I did. He let me go as well. So that's 3 tickets I should have gotten for going, 95 and a 65 or something to that degree. One night I spent driving up and down Broadway in Wichita, just going 90, 95, all the way up and down it till I ran out of gas pretty much. And not a single cop stopped me. Not a single person stopped me. Anywhere I wanted to go in Wichita, I went 90. I did go 30 in some like residential areas or whatever, but I was going 90 on any main roads, and I was passing people and doing all sorts of shit. And nobody stopped me. I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't do nothing to nobody. Everything was just fine. I know how to drive. Which is why I was mad that they tried to take my license. Like I'm a fucking retard that doesn't know how to drive. I probably know how to drive better than some of those assholes. And I definitely know the laws better than some of those assholes. I'll tell you that much. But I was going crazy because I only had me to talk to. And that's scary because I am a all or nothing kind of guy. Either you better try and kill me, otherwise you better shut the fuck up. Because I have a hard enough time trying to kill myself without a gun. And my brains would have been splattered all over my fucking office fucking wall if my wife hadn't stolen my gun too. But I can't even get her to sell it for $600 so that I'm not suffering to fucking scrounge up a couple dollars for a goddamn McChicken. For a goddamn McDouble. I can't get a couple dollars for a goddamn McDouble, some food? Are you serious? Unless I'm in jail, I can't get a couple dollars for some food? I'm not gonna beg on the streets. I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have any of this when I was in Wichita. And I was still let go by cops. They can look up all my bullshit information, right? I'm going to lose my house. I'm probably going to have to file for bankruptcy and all sorts of bullshit. And I'm just supposed to be A-okay with it all. I start work tomorrow. I have an interview today. Those will go well, I hope. But I'm still wondering why I'm even trying to start over again. What's the point and what's going on? Oh, I was going to tell a story. You notice how I didn't lock my car or anything? Well, I did walk into the Wichita West Mall, I think, shirtless with my K-bar on. I walked all the way to K's because I wasn't allowed anywhere else, right? I started a credit. I bought a watch, right? And this watch was pretty nice. It was a pocket watch. And I bought it just right there on my credit because that's all I have is credit. I did buy my wife a $3,000 goddamn wedding ring through K's, so $100 watch, yeah, I can buy that. And as I was shirtless. I had my K-bar. People thought I was fucking crazy, but fuck, nobody was getting in my way and telling me shit. Actually, they sold me that. And I almost bought a chain, but I decided not to get a fucking chain. I don't need nothing around my neck. Which is fine. I already have enough balls and chains to go around. And so I got this, and then security comes up and says, hey, you need a shirt, and you need help, and blah, blah, blah. Can you just leave? And I said, yeah, I'll leave for a while. So I left. Back the way I came, I walked straight through the fucking, or maybe I walked outside, I don't know. They escorted me somewhere. And I went back to my car. Still hadn't been touched. I'd been in that store for like 30 minutes. Wow. And so now, this week, today, August, we're finally in August, I have to go to work for no fucking reason. I might have to file bankruptcy for stupid insults my wife made me go through. I have so many problems now that I would much rather be dead. I might even have COVID. I hope it fucking kills me. I really fucking do. It would make my life a lot easier if I was just dead by a little bit of fucking virus. Because fucking, unless I got a gun, or unless I'm gonna slit my own throat, it's not happening. I wish I had a friend to fucking lop off my head while I fucking disembowel myself. But that ain't gonna happen either. Because people are fucking chicken shit. Anyways, that's it for this. This is half an hour long. I love you guys, I guess. And y'all take it easy. I'm sorry that you have to hear all this shit. Good luck with your life. I hope it suits you well enough. Peace.